No, not the big forehand. What scored here was this backhand return of Sampras's. It's not always his best shot. It seemed.
Yeah, hit with a fair amount of pace. Well done. Sets up another break point. Sorry, no, it's back to deuce. But what gets me here a little bit through is that Sampras seems to be playing an awful lot of shots to. So the tennis continues next week. David Mercer on his way to Indian Wells, and
he plays here. It's the same arena.
15.
This before. Correct on that shot anyway.
40.
Eighth game, first set, Hlasek 3-4.
Well, nice bit of timing on the forehand. Sampras is not moving about the court, I would say, particularly fluently.
13.
So perhaps he has just woken up, although this doesn't suggest it, does it?
Frew and David take you through that one.
15. 30.
This is with his pace.
Well, that's a tease. Really good. And then some phenomenal serving from Sampras. And he now leads 5. Oh, just one set lost.
30. 40.
I mean,
that forehand. And he gets the short ball. Away it goes, and he leads 6.
and of course you can win a lot of matches easily if you're not playing anybody. But and of course this is when it really hurts the opponent, who's obviously been plugging away at it.
Set down to Jakob Hlasek. Love one down in the second set.
15. 30. Game.
Yeah, it's almost a sort of fatalistic approach, as if it's going to work out. Well, that's so often the case with Sampras, though. And of course, that's what so many people complain about. He just believes that his racket's got it.
Oh, yes.
Yes, he met this one rather nicely, getting up quite high, so it was not.
Yes. Well, suddenly it all clicked into gear. And can he keep it going? Sampras then, a break up, 3-2. He's a set down, though.
13-15.
Oh! What a time to get that amount of luck. Oof. Court set up really nicely for him.
Yes, and of course Sampras is going to really go for his shots more here than he would normally do. So he's going to go back to 15 all. He's not even going to try.
But he doesn't look right, Sampras. Not mentally and increasingly not physically. You can see he's not able to put weight on the shot. So set point. Sampras takes the second set, but how fit is he in the third? I've got severe doubts.
Well, some might say this is what happens if you steer it back, but the point is, of course, that it was a good serve. He was able to steer it back.
And again, in his brain, we've got Key Biscayne, Indian Wells, all the summer tournaments coming up, and here you are in Rotterdam.
It'll perhaps actually be a measure of just how good he is.
That little dialogue was enabling him to play a shot like that. Well done.
He's almost sort of Hopalong Cassidy here, and yet he's stroking the ball for clean winners. There's no doubt who's doing all the running, fortunately. I think he was in a no-win situation.
Yes, well played. And again, superb movement from Sampras, who's suddenly moving like a spring chicken. So, wasn't paying too much attention to Sampras. That's going to reverse if he loses this. Now looks like he might, because here was a key match for him against the world number one. Lame and unhappy. Oh. Is this the same player we saw 20 minutes ago?
Well, this is as good a backhand as we've seen.
Careful. Oh, suddenly the backhand can't miss. And the big forehand does the trick. It took him a long time, nearly 2 hours, but finally he's through. A strange old match.
Well, incredible, really, because it seemed that the match was there for Hlasek to take. And so I think as we think back on it, we've got to really feel some pity for Hlasek, because it's a difficult sort of match to play when somebody's half injured. I say half injured because he seemed injured, and yet he was coming up with winner after winner. But Hlasek, I think, partly to blame, really. He couldn't fashion enough rallies. He couldn't carve Sampras up enough to really test that foot. Perhaps Henman will.
Perhaps he will. He's not been a happy bunny, that's for sure, but he's still in the tournament.